On November 15th, 2024, at 6:47 in the morning, my daughter whispered into her phone, 2 weeks max, then the old lady's done, and we split $2 million. I'm Janet Marie Henderson. I'm 65 years old. I was standing in my granddaughter's bedroom when I heard those words. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't confront her. I simply closed the door and decided to do something about it. My alarm went off at 5:30 a.m., same as it had for 40 years. I'm a creature of habit. My late husband Robert used to joke you could set your watch by me. Wake at 5:30, coffee by 5:35, check business reports by 5:45, wake Grace at 6:15. That Friday started like any other. I made my coffee, hazelnut, 2 sugars, and opened my laptop. Henderson's Laundry and Cleaners. 5 locations across Chicago's South Side. Thursday's numbers scrolled across the screen. $16,909.08 total revenue. I smiled. We'd clear $19,000 on Friday. But something felt wrong. That sensation in your stomach when you can't name the problem yet. I'd been feeling off for weeks. Dizzy spells, metallic taste in my mouth, trembling hands. Dr. Patricia Williams said it was stress and aging. Janet, you're 65. Your body's telling you to slow down. But I'd run 5 businesses for 40 years. I knew the difference between tired and something else. At 6:15, I went to wake Grace, my 9-year-old granddaughter, born March 3, 2015, living with me and my daughter Vanessa since Vanessa's divorce 8 months ago. Grace's room was empty. The bed was made. "Grace?" I called. "In here, Grandma." Her voice came from the bathroom, small and tight. I found her sitting on the toilet lid, still in her purple butterfly pajamas. Her face was pale. "Sweetheart, you sick?" "No, Grandma." She looked up with eyes full of fear, real adult fear. "I need to tell you something." I knelt down. "Baby, you can tell me anything. Mama's lying about Denver. She's not going to the conference." My daughter had left at 5 o'clock a.m. that morning. Business conference in Denver. Gone through Sunday. "Baby, I heard her leave. Look." Grace pulled out her iPad with shaking fingers. The photo was time-stamped 5:47 a.m., taken from Grace's window. It showed our front porch at 847 Woodlawn Avenue. Clear as day, Vanessa Henderson standing there. Next to her was Derek Sullivan, her boyfriend of 3 months, both carrying large black duffel bags. Vanessa held my spare house keys. "When did you take this?" "This morning. I heard noises at 3:30, got scared, hid in my closet. Then I looked out the window and saw them." She swiped to another photo, blurry but unmistakable, taken through the downstairs window. Derek holding up papers from my office. Vanessa photographing them with her phone. "They were in there 30 minutes, Grace whispered. "But Grandma, there's more. Last night I heard Mama on the phone, the bathroom with the shower running, but I heard her anyway." My heart stopped. "What did she say?" Grace's voice dropped. "She said 2 weeks max. Then the old lady's done, and we split $2 million. She said your name. She said Janet won't last 2 more weeks at this rate." Then she laughed. The room tilted. I gripped the bathroom counter. "Baby, are you absolutely sure?" "I'm sure, Grandma." I looked at my terrified granddaughter and pulled her close. "You did exactly right telling me. Now I need you to be strong. Can you do that?" She nodded. "Good. Get dressed for school like normal. I'll make breakfast like normal. We don't say one word about this to anybody yet. Understand?" "Why?" "Because we need to be smart. We need proof." "Are we in danger?" I thought about the dizziness, the trembling hands. 2 weeks max. "Maybe," I said honestly. "But your grandma didn't survive 65 years by being stupid." I sent Grace to school with Mrs. Alberta King, our 73-year-old neighbor. "Grace is staying with you after school today. I've got business." Back home, I looked around. Really looked. The painting over the fireplace, worth $8,500, was crooked. I never left paintings crooked. My desk papers were shuffled wrong. The closet door was open a crack. I always closed it completely. I opened my bedroom safe. Combination 07-23-1954, Robert's birthday. Everything looked normal. $5,000 cash, mother's jewelry, property deeds. But the documents weren't in order. Someone had photocopied them. I saw paper dust on the folder edges, a tiny wrinkle that wasn't there before. My hands shook. I sat hard on the bed. When did this start? I scrolled through my phone calendar. August 18th, Vanessa introduced Derek. He's a business consultant. September 3rd, Vanessa moved back in temporarily. September 10th, first dizzy spell. September 17th, Vanessa started making me special herbal tea for blood pressure. September 24th, more dizzy spells. Metallic tastes started. October 1st, Vanessa insisted I see her doctor, Dr. Richard Foster on Western Avenue. He said everything was age-related stress. Prescribed vitamins. October 8th, started the vitamins. Felt worse. October 15th, trembling hands started. Vanessa gave me vitamin water every morning. October 29th, Vanessa accidentally canceled my follow-up with Dr. Patricia Williams. November 15th, today, I stared at the timeline. They were poisoning me. The tea, the vitamins, the water. I walked to the bathroom, grabbed the vitamin bottle from Dr. Foster, blue and white capsules. Label, iron supplement with B complex. I bagged 3 capsules in a Ziploc. Kitchen, the special tea bags in a decorative tin. No brand, no ingredients. I bagged 2, the vitamin water in the fridge, cucumber and lemon slices floating. I poured some into a mason jar. My phone buzzed. Text from Vanessa. Morning, Mama. Made it to Denver safe. Conference starts at 2. Love you. I stared at the heart emoji. The lie so casual. I texted back. Safe travels, baby. Love you too. Then I called Dr. Patricia Williams. Janet, what's wrong? Patricia, I need you, now. Toxicology tests, everything. Arsenic, heavy metals, poisons. Silence. What's going on? I think my daughter is trying to kill me. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Don't eat or drink anything. Dr. Patricia Williams arrived at 9:47 a.m. We'd been friends 40 years, since 1984 when she was a young resident and I was a young business owner. I told her everything. Grace's photos, the conversation, the symptoms, the timeline. Patricia's face darkened. She examined the Ziploc bags. I'm taking blood, hair, and urine samples. Private lab, off the books. Someone I trust. Off the books? Janet, that Dr. Foster you saw? 3 complaints for falsifying records. Illinois Medical Board is investigating. My stomach dropped. She found him on purpose. Patricia drew 4 vials of blood. Snipped hair from my scalp. Took urine. Results by 2 p.m. if I mark it urgent. Full panel by 5. What do I do? Stop ingesting anything Vanessa gave you. Document everything. And Janet, if the tests are positive, we call police immediately. Not yet. Janet, Patricia, what do we have? A photo of my daughter entering her own home. Vitamins that might be contaminated. But no proof she put anything in them. No proof of intent. My voice hardened. I need more. I need confession. Evidence that protects Grace permanently. Patricia gripped my hand. If you are poisoned, if it's arsenic, you need to stop exposure now. But you might feel worse before better. How much worse? 2 weeks max means they've given you a lot. Lethal amounts. After she left, I opened my laptop, checked my accounts. Business account, $347,892.67. Personal checking, $23,156.12. Savings, $186,743.29. Investments, $1,247,556.83. House, $1. $2 million life insurance, $2 million beneficiary Vanessa. Total approximately $5 million, $2 million in life insurance. That's what Grace heard. But Vanessa didn't know about the other $3 million. She thought I was just a woman running laundromats. That was her first mistake. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Mrs. Henderson, this is Robert Hayes, your accountant. Irregularities in your business account. Call ASAP. I called immediately. Mrs. Henderson, I found checks to Sullivan Consulting, LLC. Started September. Small at first, $487, $823. But escalating. My heart pounded. How much total? As of today, $47,134. Sullivan, Derek's last name. Send copies of every check. The signatures look forged, Mrs. Henderson. Flag any new attempts. Don't freeze yet. I don't want to tip them off. My phone rang. Patricia. Janet, sit down. Preliminary results are back. I'm sitting. Arsenic, high levels, chronic exposure, 8 to 10 weeks. 347 micrograms per liter. Normal is under 10. Anything over 200 is acute poisoning. The room swayed. 2 weeks? If exposure continued? Yes. Organs would fail. Liver, kidneys, heart. Would look like natural causes. Can you save me? Yes. Chelation therapy, my home clinic, off the books. But you need to come now. First, I need to do something. I walked upstairs to Vanessa's room. Locked door. But I owned this house. Inside, her laptop on the desk. I tried passwords. Money 2024 worked. I opened her email. September 29th, 2024. Email to Derek. She drank the whole cup. LOL. Dr. F says at this dose, 6-8 weeks. Thanksgiving at latest. Then we're rich. 2 million reasons to celebrate. After we get rid of the brat, we can travel. Paris, Bali. Get rid of the brat. Grace. I took screenshots. Kept scrolling. October 15th. Increase the dose. She's getting weaker. Checked her safe. $5K cash, jewelry, docs. Everything's in my name when she dies. Met with lawyer about power of attorney. Don't even have to wait for death. If she gets too sick, I can put her in a home and liquidate. November 8th. Problem. She went back to her real doctor. Had to cancel follow-up. Dr. F is getting scared. Also, the kid is suspicious. Might need boarding school sooner. Switzerland has good ones. 23 emails total. Complete conspiracy record. Then I found the folder. Financial planning. Spreadsheet titled, Janet's Estate. Liquidation plan. House sell 1.2 M. Life insurance. 2M. Split 50-50. Businesses. Sell 800K. Bank accounts. 400K. Estate sale. 50K. Total. 445M. Distribution. Vanessa's debts. $89,000. Derek. $2,180,500. Vanessa. $2,080,500. Timeline. Weeks 6 to 14. Liquidation complete. Grace. Institut La Rose, Switzerland, 150 a year. Or state custody, cheaper. I stared at my daughter's plan to kill me, steal everything, and throw Grace away. And I stayed calm, documented everything, thought strategically. Then I made 4 calls. Call 1, Patricia Williams. Keep me alive 2 more weeks. Can you do that? Call 2, Robert Hayes. Complete audit. Every account. 6 months back. Done by tomorrow. Call 3, Officer Raymond Taylor, son of my first customer from 1984. I need to talk off-duty, personal, but might become police matter. Call 4, Alberta King. Watch Grace every day after school. 2 weeks. Don't let her go home unless I'm there. If Vanessa shows up, call me immediately. Janet, what's going on? I'll tell you soon. Right now, Grace just needs to be safe. I hung up. Checked the time. 2:47 p.m. Grace out of school in 43 minutes. I had 2 weeks to build an airtight case. 2 weeks before the poison killed me, and I intended to make every single day count. Dr. Patricia Williams' home clinic was in her basement on South Kenwood Avenue. Professional setup, exam table, medical equipment, locked medication cabinet. She'd built it after retiring from Northwestern Memorial in 2019. I arrived at 4:17 p.m. Sit, Patricia ordered, pulling out IV equipment. What is this? Dimercaprol, chelation agent. Binds to arsenic molecules in your blood. Lets your kidneys flush them out. She inserted the needle. This will hurt. It did. Fire through my veins. You'll need treatments every day for 2 weeks minimum, Patricia said. Side effects, nausea, headaches, muscle pain. You'll feel worse before better. Your body's been adapting to the poison. Removing it is traumatic. How bad? You might vomit. You might shake. You might feel like you're dying. She met my eyes. But you won't die. I won't let you. The IV dripped steadily. Clear liquid carrying my salvation. Janet, I need you to understand something. With levels this high, if you'd waited another week. She didn't finish. Didn't need to. I know. And you're sure about not calling police? I'm sure. I need more than attempted murder. I need everything. Financial fraud, conspiracy, evidence that stands up in court, evidence that keeps Grace safe forever. Patricia pulled up a chair. Then let me help. What do you need? A witness. Someone who can testify about my condition, the treatment, the timeline. A doctor the court will believe. You have that. What else? Can you test the tea and vitamins? Give me proof they contained arsenic? Already sent them to Dr. Marcus Chen. Results tomorrow morning. The IV took 90 minutes. When it finished, I felt strange. Lighter somehow. Clearer. That's the poison leaving your system, Patricia said. You'll sleep hard tonight. Tomorrow come back at 7 a.m. before Vanessa might check on you. She won't check. She wants me dead. Saturday, November 16th, 6:43 a.m. My phone rang. Robert Hayes, my accountant. Mrs. Henderson, I've been up all night. You need to see this. He arrived at 7:30 with a briefcase full of documents. We spread them across my dining room table. I went back 6 months like you asked, Robert said. The forged checks to Sullivan Consulting? That's just the beginning. He laid out the first stack. September through November, 27 checks total. Amounts escalated systematically. I read the figures. September, Septi-3, $487. Septi-10, $823. Septi-17, $1,247. Septi-24, $1,856 as is October. Octi-1, $2,340. Octi-8, $3,670. Octi-15, $4,892. Octi-22, 6,234 hours. Octi-29, 7,890 November. November-5, 9,156. November-12, $8,034. Total stolen via forged checks, $47,134, Robert said. But that's not all. He pulled out credit card statements. Your Business American Express. Vanessa has a card under her name as business manager, authorized by you in 2019. For emergencies, office supplies, maybe dinner with clients. Look at the charges. I scanned the highlighted entries. Septi-15, Cartier Boutique, Michigan Ave, $8,456.89. Septi-22, Four Seasons Hotel, $3,234.67, 2 nights. Octazer-3, Neiman Marcus, $6,789.23. Octude-18, Casino Marker, Rivers Casino, $12,000. Octa-25, Louis Vuitton, $4,567.32. Novi-2, Morton Steakhouse, $1,234.56. Novia-9, Tiffany & Co., $15,678.90. Total credit card charges, $63,647.21, Robert said. All in 3 months. My hands clenched. $63,000 on jewelry and hotels and casinos. There's more. Robert pulled out bank statements. 2 weeks ago, someone attempted a wire transfer from your personal savings, $150,000, to an account in the Cayman Islands. What? The bank flagged it. Suspicious activity. They called the number on file. Vanessa answered, told them you were confused and she'd handle it. The bank refused to process without your in-person authorization. I stared at the transfer request form, Vanessa's handwriting, my forged signature. How much total? I asked. Everything they've stolen or attempted? Robert did the math on his calculator. $47,134 in checks, $63,847 in credit charges, $150,000 attempted wire transfer. That's $260,981 in 220 hours. $260,000. Can we prove the forgery? Absolutely. I compared these signatures to your real ones from 15 years of documents. The slant is wrong. The pressure's wrong. The H in Henderson loops differently. A handwriting expert would confirm forgery in minutes. Who would testify to that? Me. And I know a forensic document examiner, Dr. Sarah Price, former FBI. She'd do it. I gathered all the documents. Make copies of everything. 3 sets. 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for my lawyer. You have a lawyer? I will by this afternoon. After Robert left, I called Officer Raymond Taylor. Mrs. Henderson, I've been waiting for your call. Can you come to my house? I need to show you something. On my way. Raymond Taylor arrived at 9:15 a.m. in civilian clothes. 35 years old, 6 feet tall, serious expression. He'd been on the force 12 years. I showed him everything. Grace's photos, the emails, the financial documents, the medical records. He sat back, jaw tight. This is attempted murder, elder abuse, multiple felonies. We need to arrest them now. Not yet. Mrs. Henderson, Raymond, I know your mother. Dorothy Taylor, 1984. She came into my first laundromat with 3 babies and no money. I gave her free wash and fold for 6 months until she got on her feet. You remember? I remember. Mama talks about you all the time. Then trust me like she trusted me. I need more evidence. I need them on recording, admitting everything. I need them to incriminate themselves completely. How? They think I'm dying. They think their plan is working. Let them get comfortable. Let them talk. I need you to help me install cameras. Raymond was silent for a long moment. This is irregular. If my captain found out, your captain won't. This is personal time. Helping a family friend install home security. Nothing illegal about that. What kind of cameras? Small, hidden, audio and video, living room, kitchen, my bedroom, anywhere they might talk. That's my expertise. Vice and narcotics. We do surveillance constantly. He pulled out his phone. I know a guy. Retired cop, runs a security company. He owes me. We can have this place wired by tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Vanessa comes back Monday morning. Then we work fast. Sunday, November 17th. Raymond and his friend Jerry, 62, former police tech specialist, arrived at 6 o'clock a.m. They installed 7 cameras. 1, living room smoke detector, overlooking the couch and front door. 2, kitchen clock. View of table and counter. 3, my bedroom photo frame. View of bed and door. 4, hallway thermostat. View of stairs. 5, dining room air purifier. View of table 6, my home office bookshelf. View of desk and safe. 7, Grace's bedroom nightlight. View of door and window. Plus audio recorders in my phone, landline, and car. Everything feeds to this tablet, Jerry said, handing me a Samsung with a custom app. Live feed, cloud backup. Even if they find 1 camera, you've got 6 others. Audio keeps recording even if video's blocked. How long does battery last? They're hardwired into household power. As long as electricity's on, they're on. And if they find them? They won't. I've been doing this 30 years. These are the same units FBI uses for undercover ops. By noon, my house was completely surveilled. I picked up Grace from Alberta's house at 2 o'clock p.m. Grandma, what's happening? She asked in the car. Baby, I need you to be brave a little longer. Your mama's coming home tomorrow. When she does, I need you to act normal. Can you do that? What about the poison? I'm getting treatment. Dr. Patricia is helping me. But Grace, this is very important. Your mama can't know that we know. We have to pretend everything's fine. Why? Because right now we have some proof, but not enough. We need her to confess, to say it out loud where people can hear. Grace's young face was serious, too serious for 9 years old. You want me to spy? I want you to be safe and observant. If you hear anything at all, you tell me. But baby, if you feel scared, if anything feels wrong, you go straight to Mrs. King's house. You understand? I understand. And Grace, I'm going to act sick, very sick, weaker than I really am. That's part of the plan. Don't be scared when you see it. That afternoon, I practiced, walking slowly, gripping furniture, dropping things, slurred speech, confusion. In the mirror, I looked like a woman dying. Perfect. Monday, November 18th. 8:47 a.m. Vanessa's car pulled into the driveway. I watched from my bedroom window. Really watched, knowing what I knew now. She got out looking refreshed. Hair done. New outfit I didn't recognize. Designer bag. She hadn't been in Denver. She'd been somewhere with Derek, spending my money, celebrating my impending death. I heard her key in the door. Mama, I'm home. I came down the stairs slowly, gripping the railing. I'd skipped my chelation treatment that morning. Patricia protested, but I needed to look worse, not better. Oh, baby, I said, making my voice weak. I'm so glad you're back. Vanessa's eyes lit up, actually lit up, when she saw me. I looked worse than Friday, paler, shakier. Mama, oh my God, you look terrible. Are you okay? Just tired, sweetheart. Had a rough weekend, dizzy spells. Mrs. King had to help me to bed Saturday night. Did you call Dr. Foster? I tried. He didn't answer. I'll call him for you. Come sit down. Let me make you some tea. She guided me to the living room couch, positioned perfectly under the smoke detector camera. The special blend? I asked. Of course, Mama, the one that helps. I watched her go to the kitchen. Through the doorway, I saw her pull out the decorative tin. Saw her glance back at me. Saw her add something from a small bottle in her purse. Extra dose. She brought me the tea. Drink it all, Mama. You'll feel better. I held the cup in trembling hands. Real tremors from arsenic withdrawal mixed with performance. I brought it to my lips, pretended to sip, let the liquid touch my tongue, then used my tongue to block my throat. Good girl, Vanessa said. Actually said good girl to her dying mother. I held the tea in my mouth for 10 seconds. When she looked away, I turned my head and let it dribble into the tissue I'd prepared. All gone, I said, showing her the empty cup. She smiled. That's my mama. Now rest. I'll make you some lunch. I lay back on the couch, eyes closed. But I was listening. Vanessa's phone rang. She stepped into the kitchen. Hey, baby, she said. Derek. Yeah, she looks worse. Way worse. Maybe not even 2 weeks. Could be days. I gave her a double dose this morning. No, she doesn't suspect anything. She's completely out of it. Friday night? Perfect. I'll tell her we're taking her to dinner for my birthday. Once we're out, you move the important stuff. Yeah, the cash from the safe, the jewelry, whatever's easy to liquidate. We can always come back for the rest after she's in the ground. I listened to my daughter plan my death and smiled. The cameras were recording every word. That week, I played my role perfectly. Monday afternoon, Vanessa helped me to bed at 2 p.m. I pretended to sleep. She went through my purse, photographed my credit cards, checked my phone. Monday night, I heard her and Derek on the phone. The kid's getting suspicious again. Caught her staring at me during dinner. I might have to do something about her sooner. I don't know, boarding school, foster care, something. She can't be around for the will reading. Tuesday, Vanessa brought me vitamin water. I poured it down the bathroom sink when she left. Caught her in my office taking pictures of documents. She jumped when she saw me. Just organizing, Mama. You've let things get so messy. Tuesday evening, Derek came for dinner. Under the dining room camera, he asked pointed questions. Mrs. Henderson, have you thought about your will? Estate planning? I don't remember. What's estate planning? They exchanged glances. Excited glances. It's okay, Mama, Vanessa said. I'll handle everything. You just rest. Wednesday, Dr. Foster called. Vanessa answered my phone. No, she's too weak for an appointment. Yes, I'm giving her the vitamins. How much longer do you think? Okay. Yes. I'll keep you updated. She hung up and immediately called Derek. Foster says maybe a week. Her vitals are crashing. Yeah, I know. Finally. Start looking at flights. I'm thinking Bali for a month after this is done. Thursday, the jewelry appraiser came. Vanessa told me he was a home health aide. Mama, this nice man is going to check on you. He wasn't a health aide. He was valuing my mother's jewelry. I heard him tell Vanessa, the diamond necklace alone, $45,000. The emerald ring, $23,000. Total collection, approximately $127,000. Perfect, Vanessa said. And they're all mine when she dies? As sole heir, yes. Friday, November 22nd. 1 week since Grace's revelation. I was supposed to be near death. Instead, I was getting stronger. Patricia's treatments were working. But I looked worse. I'd mastered the tremor, the vacant stare, the confusion. Grace came home from school and found me on the couch. Vanessa was out. Grandma? She whispered. I opened one eye. It's okay, baby. Grandma's acting. You're getting better? Dr. Patricia says I'm out of danger, but your mama can't know. Come here. I pulled up the tablet, showed her the camera feeds. We have everything, Grace. Every word, every crime, every lie. 1 more week and I spring the trap. What happens then? Then your mama learns that you don't poison a woman who survived Mississippi in the 1960s and moved to Chicago with nothing. You don't steal from a woman who built 5 businesses from scratch. And you definitely don't threaten her grandbaby. Grace hugged me tight. I love you, Grandma. I love you more, baby girl. Now go to Mrs. King's. It's almost showtime. Saturday morning, November 23rd. My phone rang. Unknown number. Mrs. Henderson? This is Detective Linda Morrison, Financial Crimes Division, Chicago PD. Officer Taylor asked me to call you. Yes? I reviewed the documents he sent. The forged checks, credit card fraud, attempted wire transfer. This is a clear case of financial elder abuse. Combined with the attempted murder evidence, Mrs. Henderson, we can arrest them today. Not yet, Monday. I'm having a family dinner Monday night, November 25th, Thanksgiving week. I'm going to confront them with everything. I need you there to make the arrest. That's risky. If they become violent, they won't. They think I'm dying. They think they've won. I need them to confess on camera, with witnesses. Can you do that? Long pause. Officer Taylor vouches for you. Says you're the smartest woman he knows. I'll have units on standby. But Mrs. Henderson, if this goes wrong, it won't. I hung up and made my final preparations. Called Pastor Johnson. I need you at dinner Monday 7 p.m. It's urgent. Called Robert Hayes. Bring every document, every piece of evidence, Monday 7 p.m. Called Dr. Patricia Williams. Medical testimony, Monday 7 p.m. Called Alberta King. Keep Grace Monday night. No matter what happens, keep her safe. Sunday I rested. Let my body heal. Patricia's treatments were working miracles. My levels had dropped from 347 to 89 micrograms per liter. Still high, but survivable. 1 more week of treatment and you'll be completely clear, Patricia said. Monday morning, November 25th. Vanessa made me tea. I pretended to drink it. Mama, I thought we'd have a nice family dinner tonight. My birthday's Thursday, early celebration. Just us, Derek, and a few friends. That sounds lovely, baby, she smiled. Wear something nice. I want pictures of us together. Pictures of us together. Before I died. How sentimental. At 6:30 p.m. I got dressed, my best church dress. Pearl necklace Robert gave me on our 20th anniversary. Hair done, makeup on. When I came downstairs, Vanessa gasped. Mama, you look, different. I wanted to look nice for your birthday, sweetheart. But I didn't look like a dying woman anymore. I looked like myself. Vanessa's smile faltered. Just for a second. Then it was back. You look beautiful, Mama. The doorbell rang at 6:45. Vanessa answered. Pastor Johnson walked in, then Robert Hayes, then Dr. Patricia Williams. "Who are all these people?" Vanessa asked, voice rising. "Witnesses," I said. My voice wasn't weak anymore. It was steel. Derek arrived at 6:50, saw the crowd. "What the hell is this?" "Sit down," I said. "Both of you, we need to talk about the last 3 months. Vanessa's face went white. "Actually," I said, "let's talk about how you've been trying to kill me." Monday, November 25th, 2024, 7:03 p.m. My dining room table at 847 Woodlawn Avenue. 7 people seated. Me at the head. Vanessa and Derek on my right, trapped between the table and the wall. Pastor Johnson on my left. 6'4", former boxer, man of God. Dr. Patricia Williams beside him. Robert Hayes, the accountant, beside her. 2 empty chairs at the far end. The doorbell rang at exactly 7:05 p.m. Officer Raymond Taylor entered in uniform. Behind him, Detective Linda Morrison, Financial Crimes Division. Both stood by the door. "What is this?" Vanessa's voice cracked. "Mama, what's going on?" I folded my hands on the table. Steady hands. No tremor. "Vanessa Marie Henderson, Derek Michael Sullivan. For the last 3 months, you've been systematically poisoning me with arsenic. You've stolen $60,981.21 from my accounts. You've forged checks, committed credit card fraud, and attempted wire transfer theft. You've conspired to murder me, liquidate my estate, and abandon my granddaughter." Silence. Complete silence. Then Vanessa laughed. High, nervous. "Mama, you're confused. The doctor said you'd have memory issues." "Which doctor?" I interrupted. "Dr. Richard Foster. The one with 3 complaints for falsifying medical records? The one you paid to misdiagnose me?" Her laugh died. "Let me show you something." I pulled out the first document. This is a toxicology report from Dr. Patricia Williams, dated November 15th, 2024. Arsenic levels in my blood, 347 micrograms per liter. Normal is under 10. This is acute poisoning. I slid it across the table. Vanessa stared at it. That's impossible. You must have been exposed somewhere." "From where?" I pulled out the second document. "This is a laboratory analysis of the herbal tea you've been making me every day since September 17th. Arsenic trioxide content, 47 milligrams per serving. 1 serving is lethal at 200 milligrams. You were giving me small doses. Slow death." Derek stood up. "This is insane. We don't have to listen to—" "Sit down, Mr. Sullivan," Detective Morrison said quietly. "Or I'll make you sit." He sat. I pulled out the third document. This is a laboratory analysis of the vitamins from Dr. Foster. Each capsule contains 23 milligrams of arsenic. You had me taking 2 per day. "Mama," Vanessa's voice shook. "And this," I pulled out the fourth document, "is analysis of the vitamin water. Another 31 milligrams per glass." I laid them out like cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Combined daily dose, approximately 124 milligrams. Not quite enough to kill me immediately. But over weeks? Fatal. Organs fail. Heart stops. Looks like natural causes. Looks like a 65-year-old woman who just gave out. Pastor Johnson made a sound of disgust. "But that's just the murder," I said. "Let's talk about theft." Robert Hayes opened his briefcase, pulled out a thick stack. "September through November," Robert said, his accountant's voice flat and precise. 27 forged checks to Sullivan Consulting, LLC, a company that doesn't exist. Total, $47,134. He laid out copies, check by check. Vanessa's forgery next to my real signature. "The handwriting analysis is conclusive," Robert continued. "These signatures are fake. The H in Henderson loop's wrong. The pressure's wrong. The slant's wrong. I've consulted Dr. Sarah Price, forensic document examiner, former FBI. She'll testify these are forgeries. Derek's face had gone gray. Then there's the credit card, I said. I pulled out the statements myself. American Express business account. Vanessa Henderson, authorized user. 3 months of charges. I read them aloud. September 15th, Cartier Boutique, $8,456.89. What did you buy, baby? Was it the diamond bracelet you wore to church? Vanessa's hand went to her wrist. The bracelet was there. September 22nd, Four Seasons Hotel, $3,234.67 for 2 nights. Business trip? I looked at Derek. Oh, wait, you don't work for me. October 3rd, Neiman Marcus, $6,789.23. October 18th, Rivers Casino, $12,000. Gambling debt, Vanessa? Is that what this was about? Her eyes filled with tears. November 9th, Tiffany & Company, 15, $678.90. I looked at Derek's wrist. That's a nice Rolex, Mr. Sullivan. My money bought that? He said nothing. Total credit card fraud, $63,147.21. And the wire transfer, Robert added. November 8th, attempted transfer of $150,000 to a Cayman Islands account, blocked by the bank for suspicious activity. Total theft, $260,981.21, I said. $260,981.21. That's not a mistake. That's not confusion. That's systematic robbery. Vanessa was crying now. Mama, I can explain. Explain what? My voice rose. Explain this? I pulled out the printed emails. All 23. September 29th. Your words. She drank the whole cup. LOL. Dr. F says at this dose, 6-8 weeks. Then we're rich. After we get rid of the brat, we can travel. Pastor Johnson stood up. The brat? Grace? Your daughter? October 15th, I continued reading. Increase the dose. She's getting weaker. Perfect. November 8th, the kid is suspicious. Might need boarding school sooner. Switzerland. I looked at Vanessa. You were going to throw away your child, my granddaughter. Send her to another country so you could spend my money. I didn't mean... Yes, you did. I slammed my hand on the table. The dishes rattled. I have the spreadsheet, Vanessa, your liquidation plan. Sell the house. $1.2 million. Life insurance. $2 million. Businesses. $800,000. You had it all planned out, down to the dollar. Split with Derek 50-50. I pulled out the spreadsheet. Showed everyone. Grace's line item says, Institut La Rose, Switzerland, 158 years. Or state custody, cheaper. Dr. Patricia Williams made a sound of horror. You were going to kill me, I said, my voice breaking now. Take everything I built in 40 years. Everything your father and I worked for, and throw away your own daughter like garbage. Vanessa collapsed forward, head in her hands, sobbing. Mama, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't... Derek said, I have debts. The casino. So you chose murder? I was desperate. You were greedy. I stood up. Vanessa, I would have helped you. If you come to me about debt, about problems, about anything, I would have helped. I'm your mother. But you didn't want help. You wanted it all. Right now. Without earning it. Derek finally spoke. Voice cold. You can't prove intent. We'll say we didn't know about the arsenic. Contamination. Accident. Detective Morrison stepped forward. Actually, Mr. Sullivan, we can prove intent. Mrs. Henderson, if you would. I pulled out the tablet, turned it to face them. For the past week, I've had cameras installed. 7 cameras, every room, audio and video, cloud backup. I pressed play. Vanessa's voice came through crystal clear. Yeah, she looks worse, way worse. Maybe not even 2 weeks. Could be days. I gave her a double dose this morning. Derek's voice. Once we're out, you move the important stuff. Yeah, the cash from the safe, the jewelry. Another clip. Vanessa. Foster says maybe a week. Her vitals are crashing. Start looking at flights. Bali for a month after this is done. Another. Vanessa. The kid's getting suspicious. I might have to do something about her sooner. I played 6 clips total, each one more damning than the last. When they finished, the room was silent except for Vanessa's sobbing. Intent, Detective Morrison said. Conspiracy, premeditation, all on tape, all admissible in court. Derek lunged suddenly, not at me, at the door. Officer Taylor moved fast, blocking him. Derek swung. Raymond caught his arm, twisted, had him face down on my hardwood floor in 3 seconds. Derek Michael Sullivan, you're under arrest, Raymond cuffed him. Attempted murder, elder abuse, fraud. You have the right to remain silent. Vanessa didn't run. She just sat there, broken, crying into her hands. Vanessa Henderson, Detective Morrison said gently. Stand up, please. Mama! Vanessa looked at me, mascara running, face destroyed. Mama, please, I'm your daughter, your only child. Please don't do this. I looked at her, really looked at her. This was the baby I birthed. The child I raised alone when her father left. The girl I sent to college. The woman I welcomed back when her marriage failed. And she'd tried to kill me. You stopped being my daughter when you put poison in my tea, I said quietly. You have 72 hours to remove your belongings from my house. After that, everything left becomes property of the estate. You are not welcome here anymore. You are not family anymore. Grace, you will never see Grace again. I'm filing for full custody. Emergency protective order. Dr. Patricia will testify about the poisoning. Robert will testify about the theft. Pastor Johnson will testify about your character, or lack of it. You'll be lucky to get visitation rights from prison. Mama, please. She reached for me. I stepped back. I'm not your mama anymore. I'm the woman you tried to murder. There's a difference. Detective Morrison cuffed her. Vanessa Henderson, you're under arrest for attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, elder abuse, fraud. They led them both out. Derek silent and furious. Vanessa sobbing, begging, calling my name. I stood at my door and watched the police cars drive away with my daughter inside. Pastor Johnson put his hand on my shoulder. Sister Janet, are you all right? No, I said honestly. But I will be, Tuesday, November 26th, 2024. I woke up in my own bed. Sunlight through my window. No poison in my system. No fear in my heart. Free. Dr. Patricia came for my chelation treatment at 8 a.m. Your levels are down to 62 micrograms. Another week, and you'll be completely clear. How's my long-term prognosis? With no permanent exposure, full recovery. Your liver's resilient. Kidneys are bouncing back. Janet, you're going to be fine. Grace came home from Alberta's house at noon. She ran into my arms. Grandma, Mrs. King told me, is Mama really gone? Yes, baby. Forever? For a very long time. She cried. Even though Vanessa had planned to abandon her, even though she'd heard the recordings, Grace cried for her mother. It's okay to be sad, I told her. It's okay to love someone who hurt us. That just means you have a good heart. Will I have to go away? Foster care? Boarding school? No, baby. Never. You're staying right here with me. I'm going to adopt you officially. You're mine now. Forever. She held me so tight I could barely breathe. March 15th, 2025. 4 months later, Cook County Circuit Court, Judge Maria Santos presiding. The prosecution laid out everything: medical evidence, financial evidence, emails, recordings, witnesses. Dr. Patricia Williams testified. Mrs. Henderson's arsenic levels were 347 micrograms per liter. She was days, maybe a week, from organ failure and death. This was attempted murder. Robert Hayes testified. The forgeries are clear. The theft totals $200 $981.21. This was systematic financial elder abuse. Officer Raymond Taylor testified. The recordings show premeditation and conspiracy. They discuss the timeline, the method, and the disposal of the victim's assets and granddaughter. Vanessa's defense tried. They claimed she was manipulated. desperate, not of sound mind. But then the prosecution called Derek's ex-girlfriend from Milwaukee, Angela Morrison. My mother died in 2022, Angela testified, voice shaking. Similar symptoms. The medical examiner said natural causes, but I always wondered. After I saw Derek's face on the news, I called the FBI. She played a recording. Derek's voice. I did what needed to be done. For us. She was old, lonely. The courtroom gasped. Derek Sullivan has a pattern, the prosecutor said. He targets vulnerable women with wealthy, elderly parents. This isn't his first time. It won't be his last unless we stop him. The jury deliberated for 4 hours. Derek Michael Sullivan. First-degree attempted murder, 25 years. Murder, Milwaukee case. Life without parole. Elder abuse, 10 years. Fraud, 15 years. Total, life without parole, plus 50 years. Vanessa Henderson. Second-degree attempted murder, 15 years. Conspiracy to commit murder, 10 years. Elder abuse, 10 years. Fraud, 7 years. Total 42 years, eligible for parole in 25. Grace was 11 when her mother would be eligible for release. I was asked if I wanted to make a statement. I stood. Grace sat behind me with Pastor Johnson. Your Honor, I'm Janet Marie Henderson. I'm 66 years old. I was born in Mississippi in 1958. I survived segregation. I survived poverty. I moved to Chicago in 1982 with $200 and a dream. My husband Robert and I built 5 businesses from nothing. When he died, I kept going. I thought the hardest thing I'd ever face was burying my husband. I was wrong. The hardest thing was discovering my own daughter wanted me dead. But here's what I learned. Family isn't blood. Family is choice. Family is loyalty. Family is the people who stand beside you when the house is on fire. Grace is my family. Dr. Patricia is my family. Officer Taylor is my family. My church community is my family. The employees who've worked for me for decades are my family. Vanessa made her choice. She chose greed over love, money over family, murder over mercy. I forgive her, not because she deserves it, but because holding hate would only poison me again. Forgiveness is for the survivor, not the perpetrator. But forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean no consequences. Grace deserves to grow up safe. Other elderly parents deserve to be safe from predators like Derek Sullivan. Your Honor, I ask for the maximum sentence, not for revenge, for justice, and for protection. I sat down. The courtroom was silent. Judge Santos looked at Vanessa. Do you have anything to say? Vanessa stood, thin now, pale, broken. Mama, Mrs. Henderson, I'm sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't deserve it. I was weak. I was selfish. I listened to the wrong person. I threw away everything for nothing. Grace, baby, if you're listening, Mama loves you. Mama's sorry. Grow up strong. Grow up like Grandma. Don't be weak like me. She sat down, crying. The judge handed down the sentences. Vanessa collapsed. Derek showed nothing. No remorse, no emotion. Sociopath to the end. They were taken away. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed. Mrs. Henderson, how do you feel? I feel free, I said. And I feel grateful. At 66, I get to start over, with my granddaughter, with my life. That's more than many people get. What's next for you? Living, I said simply. Just living. November 15th, 2025. Exactly 1 year since Grace's warning. I woke at 5:30 a.m. Old habits. But now Grace woke up at 6 o'clock and joined me in the kitchen. We made breakfast together. Pancakes, her favorite. Grandma, Mama Janet, she said. She called me Mama Janet now. Are you happy? Yes, baby. Are you? Yeah, I like our life. Our life. The two of us in the big Victorian house. My businesses were thriving. I'd promoted my assistant manager, Denise Washington, to partner. Together, we'd opened location number 6, Grace's Place, a laundromat that offered free services to domestic violence survivors, homeless families, and anyone struggling. Turn pain into purpose, I'd told Grace. That's how we heal. I'd started speaking at churches and community centers. Financial elder abuse, how to protect yourself. I shared my story, warned others. Hundreds of elderly people came to my talks, learned the signs, learned to protect themselves. Dr. Patricia and I started a foundation, the Henderson Safety Fund. We helped elderly victims of financial abuse, paid for lawyers, paid for medical care, protected them. Officer Raymond got promoted to detective. He ran the Elder Abuse Task Force now. Pastor Johnson married Mrs. Alberta King. At 74 and 73, they were newlyweds. Grace was flower girl. My chelation treatments had finished in January. Arsenic levels, 0. I was healthier now than I'd been in years. Walked 3 miles every morning. Cooked healthy meals. Took Grace to the park every Sunday after church. That morning, November 15th, Grace handed me an envelope. "What's this?" "Open it." Inside was a card. Construction paper. Hand-drawn hearts. "Dear Mama Janet, thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for teaching me to be strong. You're the best mama in the world. Love, Grace Marie Henderson." Grace Marie Henderson. I'd officially adopted her in May. Her last name was mine now. I pulled her into my arms. "I love you, baby girl." "I love you more, Mama Janet." We sat on the porch that afternoon. Chicago autumn beautiful around us. Leaves gold and red. Air crisp and clean. "Mama Janet," Grace said, "do you ever think about her?" "Your mother? Every day." "Do you miss her?" I thought about it. Honest. I miss who I thought she was, but I don't miss who she really was. "Do you think she misses us?" I think she has a lot of time to think about what she lost. 25 years is a long time. "Will you visit her?" "Maybe, someday. When you're older, if you want to, I'll go with you. But Grace, you never have to. You don't owe her forgiveness. You don't owe her anything." "What if I do want to see her? Would that make you sad?" "No, baby. That would make you kind. And kind is good. Just remember, you can forgive someone and still protect yourself from them." Grace nodded, thinking hard. "Mama Janet, when I grow up, I want to help people like you do." "What do you want to be?" "A lawyer or a detective. Someone who protects grandmas from bad people." I smiled. "You'll be amazing at that." "You think so?" "I know so. You're brave. You're smart. You saved my life, remember?" We saved each other. That evening I wrote in my journal, something I'd started after the trial. November 15th, 2025. 1 year ago, my daughter tried to kill me. Today, I'm more alive than I've been in decades. I learned that at 66, you can start over. I learned that family is choice, not blood. I learned that the greatest victory isn't revenge. It's peace. I'm sitting on my porch. Grace is doing homework at the kitchen table. Dr. Patricia is coming for dinner. Pastor Johnson and Mrs. Alberta are stopping by after church committee. My house is full of love. My heart is full of purpose. My life is full of meaning. They tried to bury me. They didn't know I was a seed. And seeds don't stay buried. They break through the soil and grow toward the sun. I'm Janet Marie Henderson. I'm 66 years old. I'm a business owner, a grandmother, a survivor, an advocate. And I'm still here, still standing, still thriving. That's the best revenge of all. I closed the journal, looked out at my neighborhood. 40 years I'd lived on Woodlawn Avenue. 40 years of building, growing, surviving. Grace came out, homework done. "Mama Janet, can we make cookies?" "Of course, baby. What kind?" "Chocolate chip. The kind with walnuts." "Robert's recipe," I said softly. "My late husband's favorite." We went inside together, turned on the oven, mixed the dough, laughed when Grace got flour on her nose. Through the kitchen window, I saw the sun setting, gold light across my garden. I was 66 years old. I'd been poisoned, betrayed, robbed, and nearly murdered by my own daughter. But I was alive. I was free. I was loved. And I was home. Forgiveness theme, without forgetting. Found family. Blood family.